never hit. You better not have had it on that whole time. Okay, here we go, guys. For the video watchers on Google, if you're wondering what this lecture is, I'm going to label it as page 42 and 43, chapter 5. I'm giving the answers. You're welcome. Ready? Go, Jax.
Describe a complete stop.
Now you'd wonder why is that even a question? How many times have you seen cars kind of roll up to stop signs but kind of keep going and never really stop?
Yeah, that's my mom.
Okay. So, obviously a complete stop is a complete stop. I mean, it's hard to even answer. Stop. It means, write the word stop in really big letters. The book says all motion ceases. 0 miles per hour, not moving, frozen. Next, Jackson.
There's 3 rules with regard to where your vehicle should be.
Now, as I tell you these 3 rules, you're going to see this come up one more time in a little bit, so you'll already have the answer to that one. You'll be like, man, we already said that. Ready? Here we go. Always remember we stop for people, then vehicles. Pedestrian, no, hold on, that's not a rule. Just remember this. We stop for pedestrians first, vehicles second. So here's the rules. Rule number 1, always behind the crosswalk. When you're driving, you always stop behind the crosswalk. Even if it's a sidewalk, but nothing's painted, you still stop behind the sidewalks. Rule 2, and you guys that already have it done, just tell me if I make a boo-boo, okay? Rule 2, if they give you a stop line, Sarah, you know that big fat white line? You can put your front bumper right over the stop line. Rule 2, behind it at the stop line. Rule 3, and this is the question you're going to see come up later, there's nothing. You're out in the country. There is no crosswalk. You're out in Dayton. Okay, you're in some rural, whatever. Ready? You stop with your front bumper even with the stop sign. Front even with stop sign. That's rule 3. If there is nothing, if there is no crosswalk, no stop line, front even with stop sign. Next one, say the number so our video people can hear what number.
Number 3.
Go!
What are 2 things one should look for when you are stopping a sign?
We just said, right? What's first? What do we stop for first?
Pedestrian.
Pedestrians first, then vehicles, because we don't want to say cars because there's motorcycles, bicycles, trucks, buses. So that's why they say the word vehicles instead of cars.
Number 4.
4.
Describe what the driver should do if their vehicle is stuck when they are stopped.
That's a great question, okay? In fact, I'll bet you, I know Connor probably still hears my voice. He should have his headphones on. Jack should have his headphones. They still hear anyway, but this is why a lot of people roll through. Cool sandal things. Oh, whew. Hey, here's why. Wintertime could be a big snowbank. In the summer, it could be a big willow tree, a big bush. You drive up, and as you're driving up, and Bobby, you're driving up, and you're like, I can't see. The snowbank is there, right? You can't see. So as you're kind of stopping, you're like, I can't see. So you, of course, are letting your car move so you can see, and nothing's coming, so you keep going. Did you ever completely stop? You gotta stop. So, hold on. So you stop legally behind the crosswalk, but you can't see. Here's the answer. So if you can't see, what do? You just lift your brake and let your car move. And as you let your car move, you're like, oh, it's clear, and then you would go. Now, Braxton, what if I lifted my brake? I'll get it for you. I lifted my brake, and I went, oh, and there's a truck coming. What would I do?
Stop.
Yeah. So sometimes you actually have to stop how many times? It's called a secondary or safety stop. So if you make a legal stop and have to move and a car's coming, you will actually stop a second time. Jackson.
So stop the second time?
Yeah, move so you can see. And then I don't have to tell you this, you're not going to pull out in front of a bus. Hey guys, I know that we're in this section, it's going to come up anyway. Did you guys watch the news last night?
Yeah.
A bus ran over a 15-year-old boy. The bus had a green light. Now listen, this is a deaf question we had. Ready? Let's see if you remember. Does a green light indicate right of way for a left turning vehicle? No, they need a what?
Green arrow.
Okay, so here we go. Ready? We're driving this way. If I have a green light, it says walk. It's red, don't walk this way. So here's the bus looking up ahead. No cars are coming. Green light, not a green arrow. So he's like, no cars are coming, and turns. There's someone in the crosswalk walking. And they were at the right of way. It said walk. So you have to yield to what first?
Pedestrians.
And then vehicle second. He went for vehicles and said, I can go, and went whoops and ran over a kid. I know.
died.
No, he's in critical condition. Turn on the news, read it, you'll see it. Sorry, Jackson, go. What number are we on?
5.
5, go.
Clear out the cars to stop and maintain the roadways from parking drivers or driveways are.
So when you're coming out of alleys and parking lots, always mind the crosswalk. Remember, we stop for people first. So if you're coming out of alleys and parking lots and stuff, always stop behind the crosswalk area. Because again, we stop for people first. Next number, Jax.
6. Drivers are required to stop when directed to do so by.
You know that from the other chapter. If a police car is going, if a policeman's saying stop, or if he's saying go, just do as directed. So this one says stop, stop. Next.
7. Summarize the purpose of the yellow flashing light.
That's kind of easy. If the bus light starts to turn yellow, what's about to happen? It's gonna do what? It's gonna turn to what color light flashing? I can't hear you. You all know this. If the lights are flashing yellow, what's gonna be next? Red lights. That's all it's telling you. It's about to stop with red lights. So if the bus, all of a sudden you see yellow lights flashing, what's about to happen? It's about to stop in red, and kids are gonna start crossing the roads and stuff. So yellow's just to warn you, okay? Be careful. If you can stop, you stop. If you can't, just like a yellow light, go ahead and get past. Go.
8. What is the minimum distance a stop vehicle can film?
How far away from a bus do you stop is on the state exam? 20 feet. 20 feet. And that's a state exam one, so 20 feet from a bus. By the way, in this chapter, it's gonna ask you later, how far, and I got this wrong I got this wrong myself, Mr. Driver Ed. How far do you, when you pass a bicycle, how far away are you? Remember this on the pretest? 3 feet. I got it wrong. I was like, you gotta be 7 or 8 or 9 or what? No, in fact, it was my last choice. I would never have picked 3 feet. It's the right answer. Now remember, the law says at least. So you gotta be at least 3 feet. Be 4 or 5 is better. 6 is even better, so. All right, go back. I'm sorry, Jackson.
2 corners, it's not number 9. 2 corners in the circle law. That drivers may proceed after stopping or a school bus loading or unloading.
The short answer, because I love you guys and don't want you to have to write too much, so the short answer is when it starts to move. Now, what does that mean, Jordan? It means the red lights have gone off, the stop arm is in, and the doors are closed. So if the red lights are off, the arm is in, the door's closed, it would start to drive. Now you can write all that, but guys, if the bus starts to drive, are the red lights on? Or is the stop arm out? Are the doors open?
No.
So just write when it starts to drive. Next.
Number 10, explain the penalty for drivers who do not obey stop sign signals on us.
Okay, who already has answered, is this number 10? Who's answered 10 already? Okay. You don't have to change your, Austin, you already answered 10? Okay. You don't have to change your answer. So if I give a little more detail, you're gonna get a ticket, you could write that, but it's a misdemeanor. But if there's children around, then it's a gross misdemeanor. So if you go through a school bus light and there's no children around, it's a misdemeanor, and there's probably more to it. It's probably a $1,000 fine, whatever. You don't need to remember that. It's bad. If there are children actually around and like it's close call and people are scared, then it goes up to a gross misdemeanor, meaning the fines and jail time get more. Okay, next.
Number 11, you can be convinced of a crime if you want your vehicle.
Yeah, Jackson and I, we're at his house, and Jack says, "Hey, I'll buy you fly." I do it, but man, I don't have a car. You can drive mine. So he flips me $20 and says, "Buy a pizza," and his keys, and I take his car, go over to Jet's Pizza, buy a great pizza. He's excited, coming back. We're watching football, whatever. I run through a bus on the way back.
With my car?
Yeah, so then I park it, and I come in and give him the pizza, and here's his keys. I go, I forgot I gotta go home. No, man, come and have some pizza, man. You drove all the way there, have a piece. No, thanks, I gotta go. 2 hours later, they come and knock on his door, and they go, and they would give Jackson a ticket for him running through a red light on a bus. It wasn't me, sorry. The camera got a picture, or the bus driver said the description. It has the license plate number, no driver description, because obviously we're different looking. But it didn't get that. It's you. Now, of course, you'd have to go, wait a minute, I gave my car to Coach Parrish. And then we'd go to court, and hopefully I'd be nice enough to go, it was me. But if I was like, wasn't me, I wouldn't be a very good friend. So, but yes, the answer is yes, you can get a ticket, even if someone else is driving your car, because it's your car. Next,
Number 12, describe a separate road.
separated roadway, divided highway. What is that? It's divided by a safety barrier. What number is this one, Antoinette? 12? 13? 12. Divided by a safety barrier. Some people say divided by a physical barrier. It is a freeway. You guys are all going that way, I'm over here going that way. There's a ditch with a guardrail. 150, 169, 252. Those are separated, divided highways. Next.
Number 13, what are the rules regarding school buses when approaching from the opposite side?
That's a great question. So, obviously, it almost seems like it's a different road. This applies to, this is gonna come up later in the chapter. It'll say emergency vehicles, same thing. So, we'll go like this. And I'll go like this. Just so you know, this line would be yellow. This is the ditch between. White line, this would be yellow lines, the line on the left. So, Riley, you're driving along, and here comes an ambulance this way. Woo, woo, woo. Do you have to pull over and stop?
Yes.
No, it's on the other side of a divided highway.
Oh.
What if for some reason a bus stopped on 169, doors were open, lights are flashing, would you stop over here on 252 or 169 for that bus way over there? No, so what are the rules? You don't have to stop. Regarding stopping for a bus on a separated roadway, if you're approaching the front on the other side, you don't have to stop. If you're on the other side, you don't have to stop. Now, of course, if you're behind it, do you have to stop?
Yes.
Yeah, but from the front, you don't. Go!
Number 14,
Number 14.
right of way and yielding laws are based on simple common sense.
Oh, they're pretty common sense. They're pretty, just yield to pedestrians, be nice. If a car gets there first, you go first. If it's tied, the guy in the right has the right. And then direction matters, left is left. Left is left. So that'll come up in a little bit. Go. It's true. They're pretty common sense. 15, go.
Violations of right of way and yielding laws are major cause of traffic.
Yeah. Yes, that's true if that's what it is, or yes, or whatever you do. Understand, it is the number one. And then you go, Mr. Mayor, she told me that distracted driving was number one. That inexperience was number, okay, it all goes together. Because of young drivers' inexperience, they're easily distracted and lose their focus. Okay, but then it's not failure to yield. Well, what happens when you're distracted is you fail to yield. Okay, Braxton and I are in the car, good music, whatever, or we're talking about a cool wrestling match, or, hey, I'm gonna buy this motorcycle, man, I got this new one, I gotta chop it out, and whatever, and we're distracted. Young driver, and he goes right through a stop sign. So all of it comes together. Inexperience, distracted, fails to yield. Failing to yield causes most crashes. Go.
16, a yield sign needs to give the right of way to pedestrians.
Say it again, what?
A yield sign needs to
Oh,
give the
good.
right of way.
Will you do me a favor, will you hold up your pen? So, I want you to sword fight with me. Ready? Oh, here, we'll switch. You have this one. Ready? Sword fight, go! Oh, you win! You're King Arthur, I'm Sir Lancelot. I was not going to let you cross the bridge. But with the power of Excalibur, I must yield. That's what yielding is. Yielding is you yield to all traffic. So, I have to yield to you. Yield, because of Excalibur. If I was driving on a road and there were no cars coming and I'm going 40, I'm just going to keep going 40. Don't even have to slow down. No one's coming. If I can't see well, I gotta be prepared to stop. Maybe Austin's coming in his blue truck and I time it out. So I'm going 40, but I slow down to 30 and I'm like, yeah, okay, there goes, no one's there. And there goes the blue truck. So I slow down. At a stop sign, I have to stop. But at a yield sign, do I have to stop? Not necessarily. You might not have to stop. Okay? So that was your question, right? Yielding means to yield to give way or something like that? True, yes, whatever. Next, we turn the page. Woo! Go Jamelia. Read it, sweetie. Oh, Jackson, you have the responsibility.
Oh, go.
17.
17.
At intersections without crossing wall markings, drivers are required to stop for pedestrians who are crossing the traffic.
Would you run over pedestrians?
No.
Whether you're going frontwards or backwards, sideways, left or, would you stop for pedestrians or would you run them over? Stop! Okay, so number 17, you gotta look at how it's read. You're saying without cross, yeah, you still yield. You always yield to pedestrians, always. So, so is the answer true then?
Yes.
Is it worded so it's true? Okay, got it, true, go.
Two vehicles, one from the right and one from the left, that are both going straight meet in uncontrolled intersection at the same
At
time.
about the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vehicle has the right of way.
Now again, I go common sense. If one of them got there first, you don't budge. First is first. Here's the next common sense. They make it easy for you. So if it's about a tie, and we're both going straight, we're gonna crash. One of you have to take the right of way. So here's how you remember it. The car on the right has the right of way. So it would be the car on the right for number 18. The car on the right has the right of way. And then the third rule, so we got rule 1, first is first, second rule, the car on the right has the right of way. Third rule, direction matters, left is last. If you're coming and we're about the same time and you're turning left but I'm going straight, would you turn in front of me or would you let me go? Julia? If you are going straight, or you're taking a left and I'm going straight, would you turn in front of me or would you let me go and go behind me? Yeah, left is last. Good, that's exactly right. Go, next one.
Number 19.
19!
Describe an uncontrolled intersection.
It's weird, again, why is that quick? It's uncontrolled, meaning no yield, no stop, no lights. And do you guys know of any in Brooklyn Center? Brooklyn Park? How about Champlin? I know some in Champlin. Your intersections in the neighborhood over here, no stop signs or yield signs, any direction. There's a couple in Anoka. I hate them. Why wouldn't they just put a sign up? Anyways, go.
20. What driver has the right of way at an all-way stop smart board conditions?
Okay, and this is where we have to write our rules, because I could do the smart board, but we're going fast. It doesn't give any details, so I don't know. Your answer would be, well, it depends. Well, what's it depend on? Here we go, ready? The car that gets there first, comma. Car on the right, if it's tie. So if nobody's there first and it's tie, Austin and I are at the same time, then it's the car on the right, the gal or boy or girl, man or woman. Okay, and then. Car on the right, we're doing, what number is this? 20. The car on the right, comma. I'm sorry, car there first, comma, car on the right, comma, and you already know it. Direction matters, left is last. Left is last, direction matters. Hey, listen, look at Jackson. We're both going straight, who cares? We're both making right-hand turns, who cares? We're both making left-hand turns, who cares? If we're not gonna crash, we can go at the same time. It's when we're gonna crash, then it's you're first because you got there first. Can't really tell, car on the right. Or direction. If you're going straight, you go first, I turn left last. Go!
Number 21. Who has the right of way when a vehicle is marking a left-hand turn? The turning vehicle or the vehicle that is going straight?
Who's gonna have the right of way, the straight or the left?
Right.
Straight, we just said left is last. Straight, person going straight. In fact, Jackson, there's a question coming up and it's gonna be about a T. So I'll come over here and show you that T here in a sec. What's next?
22. A driver who wishes to make a left turn must yield to
Pedestrians and cars. We know this. This is exactly what happened with the bus yesterday. Looking for cars, turned, ran into a teenager. Bad. He's cooperating, so hopefully, anyways, next.
23.
Hold on, I can't hear. Hold on, what?
23. A driver with a left green arrow may proceed in the direction of the arrow and other drivers should.
This is our question, remember? Green light doesn't indicate a driver with a left green arrow. Other drivers should yield to them. They have the right. They should be able to go, and other drivers should yield to them. Other drivers should yield to them. Should. People run lights. Right, you won't run a red light, will you? What number? Oh, you want to start reading, Rex?
Yes, sir.
Go.
24. What vehicle has the right of way when two vehicles meet at the same time at a T intersection?
All right, here's the T. I said it was coming up. Well, it's obvious, again. One of the cars is going straight. One of them's got to turn. So the straight car would have the right of way. The car coming up to the end of the road has to go left or right. they can't just pull out. So the answer is the car going straight. If this guy thought, listen, usually the T means there's something bad here, like a ditch, a row of trees, maybe a lake. Go swimming. Maybe you drive off the cliff. Go.
Number 25.
Okay.
Pedestrians have the right of way over vehicles backing out.
What? That should be, this, I think, what was it? It was Chevelle. She goes, that's stupid. So is there a blank to put, that's stupid?
No, it's true or false.
Well, it's false, you can't run over a kid. Oh, but I'm going backwards. I should have the right of way. No, you don't. You yield to pedestrians all the time. Go.
26.
Well, does it say you have the right to run over kids? Well, then it would be false. Pedestrians have the right of way over, oh, that's true. The way it's worded, it's true. It says pedestrians have the right of way, correct? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
That's true, pedestrians do have the right of way. Yeah, sorry, I confused you with my words, my fault. Let me hit myself. Oh, that's enough, I have a concussion now. What are we doing?
I'm waiting for you.
I'm
26. Who has the right of way when a city or a transit bus is trying to?
Oh my goodness, you guys are gonna have to help with your moms and dads, all right? Your moms and dads probably in the past have said, I hate these stupid city buses, they think they own the road. They do. A signal does not give you the right of way. Sarah wants to turn left, she turns on her signal. Why does she do that? To indicate what she'd like to do, it's a way to communicate. A bus will pull on the right side of the road, pass 100 vehicles, and then when they turn their left blinker on, you'd better hit the brakes and let them in because they have the right of way. So, read it again, make sure we get it right.
Number 26. Who has the right of way?
The bus,
The bus.
which is crazy. The bus can turn on their signal, and if they start to come out and they hit you, it's your fault for not getting out of the way. So now when your mom and dad go, those blankety-blanket buses, you go, Mom, they actually do have the right of way. What? Yeah, when they signal, we have to stop and let them in. You learned it. Go.
Number 27. Analyze the following four situations.
Okay, we're doing cops now, right? Go.
Analyze, and how you should respond. When you are approached by an emergency vehicle displaying its red lights and sounding its sirens, two-lane, two-way road.
If it's hold on, before I go, I'm gonna see, do you think I can spin underneath it and have it, is it pointed that way, right?
Yes.
An object at rest wants to stay at rest. I'm gonna spin so fast that it stays that way, but I'm gonna face that way. Oh, I almost did it. Sorry. All right, so if you're on, just a regular two-way road, guess what? You pull to the right and stop. Guys, obviously, if this is a two-way road, there's two directions. You can't go to the left. Oops, sorry, Bill. What are you doing? You can't pull over here because you're getting head on. Cop car comes front or back. You pull to the right and stop. Keyword stop. Got it? Give me the second scenario.
One-way street or freeway.
Okay, so now we'll make a freeway. And remember those lines are yellow. We'll make it a three-laner. That white, 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 white. All lanes going this way, all lanes going this way. Ambulance is coming right down the middle and you're in this lane. Would you go over there or could you go over here? Yeah, because all traffic's going the same way, you could actually pull to the left and these guys and gals would pull to the right. So the answer is pull to the near side and stop. Keyword stop. Braxton, go.
When in an intersection.
Get out. You got to get out of the intersection. So if you happen to be in the intersection, you got to either go through and pull over or finish your left or right and then pull over, get out of the way, get out of there. Next.
When you may proceed.
After it goes past you, but you have to follow, you can't be closer than 500 feet. Your following distance of an emergency vehicle is 500 feet or more. We are almost done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, yes! Movie time. Go.
28.
Hold on. Go ahead. Ask a question.
I ain't gonna
You gotta tell me. You gotta say it.
go two-way.
Pull to the right and stop. Did you fall asleep? Next one is freeway or one-way. Near side and stop. Pull over to the near side and stop. Next one is intersections. Get out of the intersection.
Those are free.
Pull to the near side and stop. You have a better memory than that. You heard me. What do you do? Intersections, get out. You gotta get out of the intersection. Last one is, you can, after it goes by, you can go, but no closer than 500 feet. Braxton! Stop it.
Okay. When a driver is not required to stop for emergency vehicles displaying lights or signage.
We already did it on the other side of a divided highway, approaching the front on the opposite side of a separated roadway. That's the same as a bus. Fellas, did you get them in?
Yeah.
On the other side of a divided highway, approaching the front on the opposite side of a divided, like the freeway. If I'm on this side of the freeway and there goes an ambulance, I just keep driving. Go!
29, you could be arrested for failing to stop for an emergency vehicle hours after.
Yeah, that's Jackson, that's back to the pizza deal again. The cop is going to get the robber. The police, the ambulance is going to pick someone that's dying. You know, the fire truck's going to the fire. But if you're not pulling over, they'll write your license number, and they'll go, blue Ford pickup truck, license, blah, 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 blah. They're coming to your house 2, 3, 4 hours later and giving you a ticket for not stopping. They can do that, yes, go.
30, what is the minimum distance you may follow?
Already told you, does anyone remember? 500 feet.
Oh, no.
You just wrote it down on the last line there. You can, when can you proceed? Once they go by, 500 feet behind, and then they ask you again. 500 feet, and is this the last one, Brax?
Yep, 31.
Yay!
31, describe the two options for the move over law.
The move over law, guys, gals, students, scholars, sorry. All right, if it's a two-way road, it can get, maybe this lane is full of cars, right? But there's a cop car right here. Woo, woo, woo. He's got a car pulled over, and here you come. If there were no cars, I would actually go in the wrong lane of traffic as I went around them. But there are cars. So, line one, move over one lane whenever you can. Move over one lane whenever you can. But look at the board. I can't. So what's line two say? Move as far as you can and slow down. So here I would crowd the yellow line like this, and I'd slow down and come by and then kind of recenter my lane. Recenter in my lane. Now I'm gonna run over here. Awesome, you go up there and hit stop on the camera, please. So we've done the first 2 pages of chapter